Hello and welcome to Dr. Seuss's Sleep Book. It's bedtime, so snug on in and listen to this book. This book is to be read in bed. Dr. Seuss's Sleep Book. This one is published by Collins in the UK. This version is an older one. Let's read it. The news just came in from the county of Kent that a very small bug by the name of Van Vleck was yawning so wide you could look down his neck. This may not seem very important, I know, but it is so bothering. But it is, so I'm bothering telling you so. A yawn quite. A yawn quite catching, you see, like a cough. It just takes one yawn to start other yawns off. Now the news has come in that some friends of Van Vleck's are yawning so wide you can look down their necks. At the moment right now, under 7 more noises, great yawns are in blossom. They're blooming like roses. Roses. The yawn of that little bug is still spreading. Conservation reports it's heading across the fields. Sleeping like that, and across the county towards every which way, and where people are gradually starting to say, I feel rather drowsy. I've had quite a day. Ooh, look at that. Creatures are starting to think about rest. The 2 biffer bun birds are now building their nest. They do it each night, and quite often I wonder how they do this big job without making a blunder. But that is their problem, and now not yours and not mine. The point is that they're going to bed, and that's fine. Oh. Sleep thoughts are spreading throughout the whole land. And the time for night brushing of teeth is in hand. Up at Hex Hammer Falls, where the great river rushes and crushes down crags in great garland gushes. The Herkhammer sisters are using their brushes. Those falls are just grand for toothbrushing beneath if you happen to be up that way with your teeth. Don't forget to brush your teeth for 2 minutes. And 2 minutes 30 max length. Oh, here's some more news. Here's some more latest news. News has just come in from the Castle of Cup that the lights are all out and the drawbridge is up, and your old drawbridge just said with a yawn, my drawbridge is dawn, and it is going to stay dawn till the milkman delivers the milk about dawn. I'm going to bed now, so nobody better come around with special delivery letter. Really, he's going to get up at dawn to roll it back down. God. Ooh, look at these. The number of sleepers is steadily growing. Bed is where more and more people are going. A couple of springs in the Stiltwalkers hall. The Stiltwalkers stilts are stacked on the wall. The Stiltwalker walkers have called it a day. They're tucked and they're snoozing away. This is big news and important to know that I am wallowing in you, so it must be very uncomfortable. It must be freezing. Yep, and they all have pairs of stilts apparently. Oh. Way out in the west, in the town of Macrid, the Hinkle Horn honking club just went to bed. Every horn has been quietly hung on a hook for the night in its own private Hinkle Horn nook. All this long happy day they've been honking about, and the Hinkle Horn honkers have honked themselves out, but they'll wake up quite fresh in the morning, and then they'll start Hinkle Horn honking again. All collapsible Frink. Everywhere creatures are falling asleep. The collapsible Frink just collapsed in a heap, and by adding the Frink to the others before, I'm able to give you the whose sleep score right now. 40,404 creatures are happily deeply slumber. I think you'll agree that's a whopping fine number. Many creatures. There could even be many ones like bears. How about Sky Mice, the Cat in the Hat? That really strange creature from the end of that one, But how about the Yellow Teller? All of those must be quite a lot. Dear, just like that guy who does poor T. Dot crossing, this guy does something else. Counting up sleepers, just how do we do it? Really quite simple, there's nothing much to it. We find out how many, we will learn the amount. Right, auto tally count on a mountain halfway between Remo and Rome. We have a machine in a plexiglass dome which listens and looks into everyone's home. Whenever it sees a new sleeper go flop, it jiggles and lets a new bigger ball drop. Our chap counts these balls as they plug in a cup, and that's how we know who's down and who's up. God, that must take forever. Do you talk in your sleep? It's a wonderful sport. And I have some news. This sport is to report. The world champion sleep talkers Joe and Mo Reds off just to go to sleep, and they're talking their heads off for 50 years now. Each chattering brother has babbled and gabbled all night to the other. They have talked about loss, they have talked about gauze, they have talked about pause, they've talked about flaws. They've talked quite a lot about Santa Claus, old Santa Claus, and the reason I'm telling you because you should know, you should take up this award. Let's see how many are left. Well, I hope you're finding that very amusing. Well, I'm afraid to say, yep, you know, tune in tomorrow for part 2. Yeah, I know. This one's in 2 parts because it's a really good bedtime book. Kaboom.